With 9.2.5 arriving, it might be a good time to return to the game. It's no secret that Shadowlands was more demanding on players than an e-boy or Vizuwu kitten, which led to a lot of seasoned gamers giving it the middle finger. But with Dragonflight looking like a change of pace, anyone waiting for WoW's systems meta to end might be interested in returning. The catch-up systems in the game for a long time were very bad and only benefited players who were already playing. But with this new patch, the barriers that required significant time and effort to get into Shadowlands have mostly been removed. I recently set up 2 fresh characters with and without using the skips to see what you actually need to do to get up and running. So if you're on an alt, quit during the expansion and want to return, or never touch Shadowlands in the first place, here's a quick guide covering Renown, Conduits, Soulbinds, Tier and Legendaries, and how to get into it again before Dragonflight. First is leveling, so grab an old BFA alt or make your 40th character because you thought of a killer name. If you're an alt, go with Threads of Fate, and if you can, grab the Renown boost before you start. 925 increases the old 40 boost into a 60 boost. It probably should have been 80, but whatever. For my alts, I use a guide by Kraken Latte that goes through side quests and bonus objectives, and once you hit 60, you'll have max Renown. Pretty sweet. If you've never finished the story though, you will have to do it. It does take slightly longer and you don't get any Renown, but you will make it up easily. Once you level 60, it's on to the next step. Now you need to unlock your systems, and this is way easier than it used to be. If you're an alt, go to your Covenant Hall, skip the tour if you can, and unlock the Soulbinds by talking to all of them. They'll all be near the Soul Forge or around the hall somewhere. Don't worry about your Conduits as you'll unlock them later. If you're a returning player or just can't buy the boost because you never hit 80 Renown before, you'll need to catch up and unlock your Soulbinds, which can be done by doing some of the Covenant campaign. 9.2.5 boosts the Renown rewards you get if you're under 60, so you should only have to do about half the campaign to unlock all your Soulbinds and have enough Renown to move on. And then it's on to current content. To unlock the Zereth Mortis intro, you'll need to do the Korthia intro for some reason. If you've done it before, you can skip it by talking to Bolvar, but if you haven't, you will need to do it.
Stop right there!
Average player
Nobody
skips Korthia
on my watch!
It doesn't take long, but it is just one of those things you gotta do. Once you unlock Zereth Mortis, again, you can skip the intro if you've done it before, and you instantly get the rep so you don't miss out. Otherwise, just complete the intro. And now you can enjoy what 9.2 has to offer if you want, or you can continue your power grind. And let's be honest, that's why you're here.
You got me.
The Zereth Mortis campaign gives you more than enough Renown to hit 80, and at the end you'll also get your free legendary. If you're an alt and have already unlocked the Unity memory, you can skip the campaign if you want, but if you want the free legendary at the end and the extra rep, you can continue along too. And if you want to go even quicker, I highly recommend unlocking Flying, which is pretty easy to do. After the campaign, you should have enough rep to buy the 226 Conduit token from the Enlightened vendor to unlock every Conduit and start having fun experimenting with all the choices.
You serious?
Or read a guide like everyone else. And if you're short on rep, go and kill the world boss for an extra 500. Next is Cosmic Flux and Tier crafting. While you go around the zone, you can collect some Cosmic Flux from the static chests and treasures that are all over the place and give 200 each. I got about 3,500 for my run around, and Handy Notes is really useful for finding all of them. You can also research the first cipher, Aelic Understanding, to unlock an area with 7 chests that have a bunch of 246 loot for a little bit of a gear boost and an extra 1,400 Flux. The only catch is the research takes 18 hours because mobile game mechanics are the next best innovation for MMO gameplay. And after all of that, you'll almost have enough to craft your entire 4 set instantly with a creation catalyst. To make the tier pieces, you'll need gear in those slots from Mythic Plus or Raid, and along the way, you'll get some more Flux to do it. However, there is a decision to make with the Cosmic Flux you've collected so far. The last thing on your list of power is the good old legendary. While running around in open world, you haven't really needed it, but in order to get it, you will need your materials. Soul Ash, Soul Cinders, some Flux, and a base item for the max rank. The base items have come down in price, but the highest eye level will still run you about 30 to 40k. If you're Bobby Goblin, you won't have an issue, but if you're part of the working class of WoW, it might take you a little while to be able to buy the max rank. Getting the Soul Ash and Cinders is where your decision comes in. In 9.2.5, Torghast is fully unlocked, with every wing open all the time and layers 1 to 8 open by default. In my first draft of this video, it was by far the worst part for a returning player, and the fact they lifted this barrier is actually pretty significant. So choice A is farming the materials yourself by running Torghast. You'll need to run layer 8 once and layer 9 3 times as the easiest way to collect enough for a max rank. If you're undergeared, it might be tricky doing big pulls, but generally it's fine. Choice B is using 3,000 of your Cosmic Flux to buy the exact amount you need from an Enlightened vendor. Previously, I would have recommended choice B, but with the unlocking of Torghast, it's not that much effort to farm it yourself, and that way you can save the Flux to craft your tier pieces much quicker. Once you craft your legendary, you're kinda done. Now you can get some more gear, upgrade it with Valor, craft your tier set, and now
we can finally play the game.
Even with all the changes, I don't really blame anyone for waiting until Shadowlands is over. However, if you feel the usual itch to come back and play while these barriers have been removed, it doesn't take too long to get up and running. If you've got friends playing or you're looking to join a guild, it does make it worth it. But if your plan is to enter the Puggiverse, it still has the same problem of having higher standards than a world first raiding guild. Hopefully you found this guide useful in getting up and running, and maybe it even made you want to return. Like and subscribe for more. I'll catch you in the next one.